Good early evening and welcome to another edition of What I Miss. What I Miss is made possible by a generous grant from the Ben and Sylvia Gardner Foundation. Today is Tuesday, January 20th. Today I am drinking a winter white ale from the Great Bells Brewery. Okay, a lot to catch up on. I can tell when I need a haircut now. Over the weekend, there was a huge fight outside the clubhouse. This is on the 5000 block, 5100 block of Georgia Avenue Northwest. There have been some complaints in the past, but just imagine the scene. This fight was so big. 200 people come out onto the street, closing Georgia Avenue in both directions. Suffice it to say, their liquor license has been suspended, and nearby neighbors are very upset, as you can imagine, and we will see what happens. But that scene is just unbelievable. Reminds me of some of the bad old days. But hopefully that situation gets resolved. Oh, good over the weekend news. Yesterday, President Obama came to Petworth. He did an MLK Day service project at the Boys and Girls Club, 801 Shepherd Avenue. It was quite disturbing, to say the least, at first, because there were so many patrol cars and police. Given the recent violence of the last couple of months, a lot of people, myself included, defaulted to, oh Christ, what happened? Shooting, stabbing, God forbid, something bad. Then turned out the president was in town, so very cool on that front. Okay, last night we also posted about Uppercuts Gentlemen's Grooming. They are coming to 14th and New York Ave downtown. If you want to take care of I don't know, grooming. I assume it's all grooming. Also opening directly across the street from the zoo is Baked by Yael, which is cake potpourri. But don't get obsessed about the cake potpourri. They also have bagels and other treats, and I think it's very promising. People are being a little rough on them, which I don't think is totally fair, but this is the internet. And then the bad news that we posted this morning from last night, the X2 Metrobus has a interesting / rough reputation. And when incidents like this happen, it just reaffirms that. So anyway, 2 people were shot at just before 10:30 last night. Apparently a fight broke out. This was around the 100 block of 8th Street Northwest, just west of North Capitol Street. And it goes east into 8th Street Northeast. And apparently there were like 40 some odd people still on the bus. Thankfully, the injuries were not life-threatening, but still, I mean, talk about messed up situations. Gunshots on a bus it's hard to imagine. Oh, and then this morning, more first responder responses. There was a big row house fire in Trinidad, I think on Oates Street or Oates Place, and there were some injuries and a number of people, 4 people displaced. So pretty sad situation there. And then there was a hotel fire shortly thereafter around 16th and K Street, I think, Capitol Hilton. Also 2 alarm fire, I believe. Not clear of injuries in that case. There was some report about fire in the ductwork, but people were seeing plumes of smoke everywhere. So pretty tough start, and props to DCFD for their speedy response. Okay, Planet Pet. This is the big boarding. I don't know if they do grooming. Boarding pet supply store in Adams Morgan. They used to be on 14th Street and Logan Circle. Well, their last day is January 28th. They hope to come back to DC in 4 to 6 months. Luxury apartments are coming to that space, and Planet Pet in the interim will be opening, I believe, in Arlington. So you can check them out there, and we will, of course, update when they get a new space in DC. Taylor Gourmet has opened up in DCA, National Reagan Airport, so could be a good take on flight sandwich. And if you don't dig them in the photo, there's a Potbelly next door, which has the superior cookie by far. I don't know if Taylor Gourmet has cookies, but anyway, a Brooklyn house has sold for $998,000. Amazing. The house tour is on the site if you want to check it out. Interesting forum topic. A landlord is an admitted hoarder and there's a bad cases of roaches. What would you do? Very cool photo of the Atlantic Plumbing Building a reader sends in. This is by 930 Club, which has those like steel X's and glass has started to come in, so it looks pretty cool. G Street Foods has closed on 19th Street, I thought, rather abruptly. They opened up a couple years ago. First location is obviously on G Street, and then more recently they opened on 17th by K Street, so I was pretty surprised to hear the 19th Street closed. And finally, the National Conservancy? I don't even know their name, and a friend of mine works there. National Conservancy? Man, I'm going to have to look that up. I want to say conservatory, but that doesn't sound right. Dang it. Okay. Whoever they are good environmental stewards, and we should be too. They're having a happy hour fundraiser January 27th at Eatonville. This is 14th and V Street Northwest. So you can learn about fisheries and the environment and their name. Okay, hope everybody enjoys the State of the Union, and I hope you get home safe and Metro's on time. See you tomorrow.